Hello friends, this is Astrologer Mohnish once again, and thank you for watching my videos about Vedic astrology. And I welcome you to my channel if you are new to my channel, Astrologer. In this video, I'll be talking about one of the major concept of classical Vedic astrology, and that is the yogas. The yogas are the formation or a combination of one, two, or many planets which creates a certain combination to give you certain results. There's been a lot of talks, lots of discussions, lots and lots of information about yoga being read, being taught, or being published in the books. If you happen to pick any astrology book, Vedic astrology book, each book has one section given to the yogas. These are the fundamental planetary positions which combine with certain degrees or certain conjunction with other planets that it causes a combination which could be good or bad for you as per the classic Vedic astrology. Now, everybody who reads an astrology book, the first thing they do is they go into their chart and start finding those yogas. Raj Yogas, Gaj Kesari Yogas, Vesi Yogas, Lakshmi Yogas, and there are more than 2000 yogas of either giving you the wealth or giving you the poverty, taking the wealth away from you. Now, as a research-based astrologer, I'm going to show you some of the research, some of the charts. And I would like you to also open the charts of yourself and your family members and see how many yogas they have, how many Raj Yogas. Everybody wants to see their success, their authority, their power, their financial freedom through the yogas of classical Vedic astrology. Now, do the yogas really work? Does it actually make sense? Or it's just an analysis paralysis, just an illusion created? Or these yogas were made in certain time and era where they meant to be functional. And this time and era where we are living, maybe these yogas are nothing. I'm not going to judge this, and I'm not going to say anything here. I want you to judge it. I want you to study it. I know you are an intelligent person who is watching my video, maybe well educated, who just wants to seek this divine transcendental information of Vedic astrology. The first thing you need to understand is that the role of science is to remove the illusions, is always to come to a solution with one logical method. If there is no one logical method, if I change my method based on my chart and change the methods based on your chart and change the methods for Donald Trump's chart or change the method for Queen Elizabeth's charts, then I am not following a logical methodologies or the methods to come to one conclusion. I am only doing a subjective calculation of certain person's chart based on their life and matter, what I know about them. That is not science, my dear friends. You might be an engineer, you might be a scientist, you might be a doctor, or you might be a person who is connected to any sphere of the life. One thing which matters to us for the person of this generation is what is the logic? How you drive to this conclusion. Can yogas give you that conclusion, whether you will be a rich or poor person? Ask yourself this question after watching this video. Open the charts of yourself and your family members and see how many yogas they have in their life. And looking at the yogas, you might think, oh, this person could be a billionaire or millionaire. Oh, this person could be real poor. But this is not happening in this life, in their life. How to see yogas in your chart? Very simple. Okay, I'm going to share that with you. So I'm sharing my screen here, and you see this is a chart of one of the homeless person. So person who declared that he or she was homeless at certain time of his or her life, and they lost their finances, they lost their wealth, and became homeless and were in dire straits. And how to get these charts? You go to the website menu of Jagannath, and you see there's an Astro Data Bank. This is a site which has the very authentic resource of all the databases for all the people of every traits of the life. So you go to this site and then click for search criteria for the people who have claimed homelessness, financial problems, challenges, struggles in their life for more than a year or two, or maybe few months. So you can get those data, and you can get the data of any person you want, be it a celebrity, be it a self-made, be a millionaire, be a poor, be a person who short-lived, person who had diseases, diagnostic with chronic diseases. Anything you want to search, you can search it. Nothing is hidden in the platform of Google. So I found a lot of data, and I do a lot of research on Vedic astrology. Being a professional astrologer, I have to be authentic for my clients and for myself also. That's the main thing. If you're not authentic to yourself, you can never be authentic to anybody in this world. That is the first fundamental principle, rule of being mindful of yourself. Now, if you go to open your chart and create your chart as what you do always, and then what you do is come to the Strengths tab and come to the other Strengths tab here right in the bottom, and you will see the list of all the yogas happening in someone's chart, including your chart. And if you see here, these are the list of yogas, the combinations this person has who was once homeless or struggled throughout their life. And if you see here, looking at it, this person has Hamsha Yoga. Jupiter is the first house and exalted. Wow. Any Vedic astrologer will tell you Jupiter is exalted, sitting in first house. My dear friend, you are born to be a billionaire. In Jupiter Mahadasha, you will rise to the success of your career like no one other has done, because Jupiter sitting in first house is aspecting your fifth house, your ninth house, and your seventh house of business, entrepreneur skills. And this is where the problem comes, and people start living in that illusion. They don't know how planets give results. Planets gives results based on the nakshatras they are in, not based on the yogas, what you see in here. This person has so many Raj Yogas. Raj Lakshmi Yoga, Raja Yoga, Venus and Moon is creating Raj Yoga. Now some Jyotish will tell you, oh, it's not happening in the Lagna chart, it should happen in the D1 Bhavachalit chart, but it's happening in the Bhavachalit also. Moon and Venus are conjunct in the ninth house, Lord of the Trine and the Lord of the Kendra houses. He has a Yoga, Viparita Raj Yoga. So look at the results, what this is. These yogas are going to give this person wealth and prosperity, power and authority, success and high achievements, fortune with high achievers, intelligent, religious, good looking, eloquent, wealthy, famous, respected by kings. Look at this, balanced, truthful, happy. Wow. Wow. And then this person is homeless? Guys, you kidding me? You serious about it? What's the point of this Vedic astrology yogas if somebody has to live homeless? Understand this. And I show you the results using the Nakshatra astrology. If I open the same chart using my software, which is for the Nakshatra astrology, and bringing the same person's chart here, and I'm just going to highlight some of the careers here. This is the same chart of the same person. You see it's still loading. Jupiter is exalted in his or her chart. Jupiter is exalted here. And if you see, I'm just bringing a career here, and instantly I can tell what results Jupiter will give. Look at the results of Jupiter. Jupiter in the nakshatra of Jupiter in the sub of Mars. You can easily tell what are the planets which can cause the bankruptcy, financial issues, problems, and can make this person really go homeless instantly. Jupiter is exalted in first house, but the results are going to be the worse. Very easy. Very easily you can see that. If you happen to be a person who goes with the logic, not with analysis paralysis. And I'm not going to see the yogas here. I'm going to give the predictions based on the person's chart and where the planets are sitting, what nakshatras, what sublords, what houses they are activating. And this is what I teach. This is what I practice. And if you see the second person's chart, homeless too, I have a lot of charts like this. I do a lot of research. See this person's chart. Look at this. How many yogas this person has. And this is again a homeless person who declared homeless, bankruptcy, dire straits, nowhere to live. Ubhachara yoga, which is enjoys comfort like king or equal. Dama Damani yoga, rich, famous and enjoyable, helpful with many children. Mahayoganda, Raj Yoga, Raj Sambandha. Look at the yogas this person has. Now open your chart and see how many yogas you have. Open the chart of your maid. If you happen to have a maid who comes to you, clean your house, clean your dishes, open her chart. Ask her date of birth and time of birth. If she doesn't have even exact time of birth, just take 5 minutes plus minus, doesn't matter. You will still see the yogas forming in her chart. If you happen to see someone who is homeless outside your home, if they know their date of birth, open their chart and see how many yogas they have. If you are going to follow the Vedic astrology based on the yogas, you are living in dark. I allow you to choose this, select this. I'm not saying anything here against yoga or in favor of yogas. Now some astrologers will say, look at the degrees. Okay, look at the degrees. Let's look at the degrees of this person. Go to the chart. Moon in 21 degree, Mars 13 degree, Mercury 3 degree, Jupiter 9 degree. What's wrong with the Jupiter? What's wrong with the degrees? Any planet combust here? I don't see anything combust here too, which is again a point of analysis paralysis. Bill Gates has Jupiter 2 degrees. If the degree is the measure of knowing the planet's strength, then how come Bill Gates becomes a billionaire? Question yourself. Do the research. Do not go with what books has written. Books will misguide you, misinform you, put you into the point of analysis and paralysis. So, topic is yogas. So I'm going to focus on this topic. Open the same chart with the Nakshatra astrology. Same person's chart using my techniques and the methods, what I teach, what I practice. And now you see this is the same person's chart. How much it will tell you instantly that what are the dashas, what are the periods of time this person might have gone through, the bankruptcies, issues and challenges. I'm going to just use the career here and you see in here easily. See, Venus, look at Rahu. So Rahu is the time which is most worse for this person. Even Venus is bad. It is showing some good and bad, but it can really derail the life. Even Ketu is 50-50. So if you see Venus is in this chart, if you see where Venus is sitting in the sign of Mercury. It's not sitting in any bad house. It's not debilitated. But the results of Venus can be mixed. And same is with Rahu sitting in the sign of Aquarius. It's not a debilitation as per the classic Vedic astrology. But look at the results what Rahu is going to give. These are the points. Even Mars is 50-50, highs and lows. Bankruptcies, problems, health issues, challenges, and very good sign of this person can become homeless. Do not look at the yogas. Look at the nakshatras and look at the placement of the nakshatras and the sublords. This is what I teach. This is what I tell. But I know every person who starts learning astrology, the moment they open the astrology books, they get into the chapter of yogas and then start counting how many Raj Yogas, Gaj Kesari Yogas, Vipareet Raj Yogas they have in their chart and start estimating how much wealth and courage and how much prosperity, financial gains they will make in their life. Reality is different. Very, very different. Finally, another chart I'm going to show you here. Homeless 3. And look at this chart. Gaj Kesari Yoga. This is the most talked about yoga in the Vedic astrology. Gaj Kesari Yoga, Vosi Yoga, Amala Yoga, Raj Lakshmi Yoga, Raj Yoga, Raj Yoga, Raj Yoga, 3 Raj Yogas and person bound to be homeless. Are you kidding me? And all these yogas are also forming in the D1 chart, the Chalit chart, as well as in the Lagna chart. And if you see the same person's chart using the Nakshatra astrology, I'm just going to open that homeless 3. You will get to know that when this person will lose his fortune very easily. Quantum physics, my dear friends, quantum physics. Planet does not give its results. It has been interfered by the nakshatras. That is the quantum physics interference pattern. And if you happen to be a student of science, a logical person, you understand how quantum physics works, then you know instantly what I'm talking about here. Homeless 3, the same person. And if you open the chart of his career or finance, whatever you want to pick, you know where the problem is. You see in here, Venus is exalted, but Venus is going to give the bad results of his or her life. Look at the Mercury, 6, 8, 12, 6, 8. These planets during their Dasha, Mahadasha, very strong chances this person can lose his or her fortune. Venus exalted sitting in the sign of Jupiter. Any Vedic astrologer will tell you that this is where the gains will come of your life. But these are not gains, my dear friends. These are the losses, the biggest losses of your life. 6, 8, you lose your health, you are in the pain. And when it joins with the house which is showing 12, you are losing everything about yourself. I'm not judging here anything. I'm not trying to prove you anything. I am just a person who feels that if you are learning astrology, seeking this blissful, divine, scientific knowledge, then you should learn it, know it, follow it through scientifically approach. Not through the books written 50 years, 60 years ago, or maybe currently, and they all lead you to the point of analysis, paralysis, problems, issues, challenges, and do not allow you to predict anything. They will tell you, look at the exaltation, you look at the exaltation. They will say, look at the degree, look at the degree. Then you look at the D9, then you look at the D10, then you look here, then you look there. And then ultimately you say, oh my God, I have looked everywhere, but I could not understand where to see, how to see, and when to see. Logical astrology is this astrology. So, my dear friends, open your charts, bring all your relatives in, line them up, and open their chart and count their Raj Yogas. And then see who is doing what in their life. How much authority they have, how much power they have. They have Gaj Kesari Yogas. Are they living life like a king? Are they living life like a princess? They have Vasi Yoga, they have Amala Yoga. Are they rich, billionaires, millionaires, having all the comforts in their life or not? Or they're struggling, challenges, issues, stress, depression, problems. Ask yourself this question. For any questions, for anything you would like to know from me, feel free to reach out. I am the person who is trying to teach astrology on the grounds of logic, on the grounds of scientific research, on the grounds of knowing yourself better through mindful astrology. Once again, my dear friends, this is Astrologer Mohnish, and I see you very soon in my next video. Please stay happy and please stay safe. Thank you.